What's up guys, Carnage here, and let's check out BPM, Bullets Per Minute on Xbox. This game is published by Playtonic Friends and developed by Awe Interactive. It released on October 5th, 2021 for a price of $29.99. So BPM is a rhythm action first-person shooter roguelike. Really cool concept. I haven't seen anything done like this before with the mashup of those genres. So I'm really excited to dive into this one for the first time. So let's take a look before we jump into the game itself. There's some settings and options here. There's also a challenge mode which you unlock different things later on in the game. But of course there is the main story which we're going to do here, and that is 4 different difficulty levels. And we have practice, easy, hard, and hellish. We're going to try easy, but although I will say I played a few minutes of this beforehand, and it is not easy at all, even on easy. So just a word of warning going in, guys, this is going to be a challenging game to just get through, and then on top of that, it also has a really challenging achievement list for the 1,000 Gamer Score. So just letting you guys know ahead of time what you're getting into. But yeah, this game is really cool, though, so far from what I've seen. And heard, by the way, since it is a rhythm game, right? You got to hear that rock music. Pretty kickin' soundtrack. I don't think it's licensed music, but they are pretty cool rock and metal songs. So you basically, as you can see here, you got to try to do different actions to the beat. If you shoot them at the right beat, or dodge or jump or do different abilities at the right timings, you can kind of get a combo going. And I haven't figured out the whole combo system yet, but I assume it has to be with doing things on the beats at the right interval. Maybe if you miss a beat, you might lose combo. I'm not sure yet. But you can see at the top right of the screen, that is our multiplier. We just reached 4 times. And the score counts down a little bit there. 2690. See, now it's going down. Also, we have our health bar in the bottom left. So 50 out of 100. We're already getting wrecked because this game is no joke, like I said. Luckily for us in this game, there is no limit on ammo for the main pistol, for the main weapon, although I haven't gotten that many other secondary weapons yet, so I don't know if you actually lose, ammo over time and you have to go back to your default pistol, or you just keep getting, infinite ammo, but you have to reload. And remember, you got to do those things on the beat, because sometimes you can't actually do certain actions unless it's on the beat. And with the crosshair in the middle, you can see the timing of the beats. So it seems pretty self-explanatory, but I will say it is a challenge to basically multitask at these things. Like you're worried about shooting and dodging enemies, and you're also having to pay attention to the music and time it with the beat and be rhythmic about it. So it's definitely something new to get used to. But I'm liking the concept. I just suck at it though. But yeah, this game also has a lot of RNG elements, which obviously random elements in a roguelike game. So every time you start the game, it throws you into the action in a random dungeon, and it's procedurally generated. So every time you're going to have different rooms, different types of enemies, and all that type of stuff that you're used to in roguelike games. Now, I don't know if anything carries over in other runs aside from like those unlockable challenges. Because they did say this is a roguelike, so it's not a roguelite. So being roguelike means usually you don't start with anything when you start a new run. You basically lose it all and have to do it again. So we'll see how it goes, but it's definitely going to be, like I said many times, we're going to get wrecked a couple times to get the hang of this game. We're down to only 1 hit, and this is, by the way, mind you, on easy difficulty. 4 big hits and you're dead. I mean, some enemies do less than a quarter health, but most of the enemies, it seems like they take a good chunk of your health off. So you do have to move around a lot. You try to be, the mobility options are pretty good, though. You have a left bumper dodge, as you can see at the bottom of the screen. There are also a multitude of other abilities that we could unlock. The bottom left, you'll see a little diamond of 4 different abilities that we don't have yet. I'm not exactly sure what all those are, or if there are multiple ones you can bind to that, but that is basically more progression later on. And then of course, like I said, the ammo on the bottom right is you just have to worry about reloading with this pistol. You don't actually have to keep going around and getting more ammo. Now this big bat dude on the ceiling just totally killed me. And they warn you, you gotta try to dodge and rotate around the room and not just stand still and shoot and camp. That is not the game for, that is not the way to win this game. Basically here, by the way, I tried to change the sensitivity a bit. There are a lot of options you can mess with and customize to your liking. I did put invert aim on as well, but basically, you know, just try to customize it and a suitable play style. But yeah, it's definitely gonna take some getting used to, getting practice in, and just, you know, dying a lot before you learn how to play and do well in this game. Also, another thing you guys might have noticed is the top left of the screen. There is a map, and you can see what rooms you have been to and what you haven't been to. And every icon in the map, it also shows you, you know, each icon will represent a certain type of room. Like some rooms will have a chest. Some will have an altar where you can get something like here, for instance. Though unfortunately we don't have the key for that chest, so we can't quite open it yet. Maybe we'll find a key later on in this floor of the dungeon. If we do, we can always return to that room. I like that aspect where you don't have to worry about, you know, getting locked out of the room. Basically, if you clear all the enemies in a room, I think you can freely move on back to rooms you've been through and then go a different path and kind of find your own way in the maze. You can see by the icons that room has an anvil, and we might be able to get a new weapon upgrade or item. Let's see what that does here. At first I thought that was an enemy. Looks like a big boss dog or something. But we're gonna grab that, which I think used some coins, which were at the bottom left. You can see our key count and our coins or currency or whatever that circle is. That is kind of our currency. We've been picking up coins along the way. And that was kind of like a shop, I guess. There are actually other types of shops. That was a different type of thing with a new weapon. And this weapon has 4 shots only, but it's pretty strong weapon. I've been liking this one. It's kind of like a magnum. And the enemies, so far by the way, the enemy variety is decent. I'm excited to see what other enemy types they throw at us later on in the game and what other stuff on the other levels. But I will say the art style, while it's nice, I feel like the dungeon theme of this first dungeon, it's very red, and it's just like, are we playing Nintendo Virtual Boy or something? Like, they could put a little bit more variety in the colors and textures, in my opinion. I feel like it's a little bit bland, I'm not gonna lie, you know, in that aspect, but aside from that, the gameplay is solid. You know, maybe the other levels look better than this one, although for a first level, you definitely want a good impression. So as you can see, it's very much the same color all over. It's like very reddish hues and whatnot. I don't know. I feel like that aspect could be done a little bit better, in my opinion. But don't, you know, not to say it's bad. I still like, you know, the graphics look nice overall. It's just it needs more variety in the color palette, I think. This room actually has a little bit more brown and red, so it's not just all red. But you know what I'm saying here, basically. That said, it doesn't make up for my lack of skill at the game. That is perfectly fine because the game is actually fair, and it's just the way that you have to play it is get good by, you know, following the rhythm and the beat. And I am not super rhythmically inclined, so that's a fault on my part, not on the game's fault. But like I said, overall though, the game is a lot of fun if you know what you're doing, and even if you suck at it like I do, I was still enjoying my time with it and keep wanting to jump right back in. It's nice that it starts you off, you know, right away again. You jump right back into the action in a new dungeon run, and you don't have to really wait long at all. It's pretty fast and smooth on Series X, by the way. I'm playing on Xbox Series X, so that's pretty smooth, great. But yeah, overall, I don't have too many issues with the game, aside from just, like I said, the color palette could be a little bit more varied, and then again, I haven't made it past the first dungeon, so maybe it gets more varied later on. I would love to see that. But either way, even if not, it's still a solid game, and definitely a good challenge for any shooter and rhythm game fans. And I love both of those genres as well, and roguelikes. I play a lot of that stuff. So I know what I'm getting into here, and even though I have not unlocked any achievement yet, I hope to do that eventually soon and get through the first boss. But yeah, as I go through this gameplay, you guys will see me take on the first boss shortly here. in the gameplay. I played for a little while here. I'm not going to do commentary throughout the whole thing. This, by the way, this was like a enemy spawn room. So I hit that switch, and a bunch of enemies spawn, and you try to kill all of them in the room. And I think if you kill all of them, you get a reward as well. So it's kind of like an optional bonus if you want to take on an extra challenge. There are kind of rooms like that. There's all sorts of variety in rooms. Of course, that time I got wrecked. But later on, I think I do manage to do one of those types of rooms successfully. But yeah, guys, like I said, I'm not going to do commentary throughout the whole thing. I don't want to have rambling on through the whole video here. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoy this video and the game. If you do enjoy the game, feel free to pick it up. I put a link to the store page in the video description. Once again, BPM, bullets per minute. It's out now, Xbox and other platforms as well, I believe. Once again, I'm playing on Series X. I think you could also play it on Xbox One. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think it's a Series X only, but don't quote me on that. I'll put it in the links of the video, and you guys can check out the game for yourself. But yeah, guys, thanks again for watching. Hit that follow, subscribe button if you haven't already. I do appreciate your support. Notification bell is always appreciated. If you hit that, you'll be notified when my new videos go live. And thanks again, guys, and I'll see you next time.